develop a strong brand identity that will really match well with this high-end product that we're trying to make. We also have to keep in mind the collectivist culture and nature of Mexico. So we're going to position the beverage as a social beverage, something that can be consumed with meals, kind of after dinner, kind of a thing that's, fine for all kinds of social events, so it can tie in well with the collectivist culture. Now we look at different advertising strategies specifically. The two biggest mediums that we're going to explore are television and print. Television reaches 94% of Mexico. 14% of the country subscribe to cable and satellite. That's a 97% increase from 2000 to 2007, so that's a growing medium. And also what that will do is it allows us to target our high-end market, that upper middle to upper class. So those are the people that are going to be subscribing to cable, and it allows it to keep it exclusive because those are the people that are watching TV, they hear about it first, they're able to go in the stores and buy this product that kind of differentiates them from the other classes in Mexico. When you look at print, the print media has a loyal upper-class readership. Those are the three major newspapers in Mexico, mostly Mexico City. I'm not going to try to pronounce them, but you can read them there. The one important thing with the print, though, is we want to maintain our high-end image. So one of the things we're going to explore is, putting in like a insert into the papers instead of kind of having on that cheap newspaper paper something that might not look high quality, high class. Two other emerging strategies are internet and mobile. 59% growth in advertising on the internet in 2006. This is mostly in cities. However, this is still an underdeveloped advertising channel. However, it's important as a high-end product to stay on top of emerging trends. So that's something that the company is not going to explore right away, but as it will definitely be monitored and move towards the internet as we go. When you look at promotion, we're going to work a push strategy, both in co-promotion with the Mexican firm FEMSA, as Greg talked about. We're going to maybe even partner with Coca-Cola and really try to push the product out with kind of co-promoting and co-distribution, pushing the cola and brandy together as a drink. Trade shows, you have trade magazines. Those are really, really popular in Mexico. Other products have been very successful in working through with a push strategy through trade shows and trade magazines. And when you're looking at a pull strategy, we're going to look at sponsorships, sporting events. Soccer is obviously the most popular sport in Mexico. However, American football is very popular with university students who are kind of right on that cusp of becoming our target market. One thing you do have to keep in mind, the sporting events, though, is sometimes they don't allow sponsoring of alcohol. That's not a huge problem right now in Mexico, but it is in the United States, and as markets kind of grow to mature markets, they sometimes try to emulate other countries. So that's something we will have to keep in mind in the future, but for now, there's a good avenue for us to explore. And finally, when you look at pricing, there are three different stratified pricing systems. We're going to have a Solera brandy, which is going to be about $20, and you have these two much more expensive, Solera Reserva and Solera Grande Reserva. This product range gives us both exclusivity and accessibility, so people can kind of enter the market with the Solera, but then as they move and want the more exclusive beverage, they can move to the more expensive kinds. But we also want to remain competitive with competitors. As we mentioned before, our biggest competitor produces in Mexico, so that puts us at a bit of a disadvantage right off the bat. So as we said, you really have to press the high end, the regional, that you're going to pay more because you're getting a product that is only available, can only be made in one small portion of the world, so you have to pay for that quality. And this is just a chart to show the peso to the euro because with pricing we are going to have to keep in mind different sort of, as the trends with between the two currencies. As you can see, it's fairly stable over the past year, so it's not a huge concern at this time, but it's something we definitely have to monitor.
All right, and then in just brief conclusion, just want to note that once again, Mexico is a new growth market. While it does have some specific challenges, including corruption right now, we do believe that this is an excellent market to enter because it's gotten inflation under control. It has a steady foreign exchange rate right now. It's seeing large growth. It has a large target market and a large market for brandy currently. And we also see this as an excellent opportunity to enter because of the fact that the structure is already in place to pretty much distribute this if we can get into this joint venture. And we believe that we will have excellent sales in this market. Next. Thanks.
Couple of questions. You said that you were going to sell a range of products, Solera, and then like a few different prices. Doesn't that discourage the upper high class that you're trying to target from like the exclusivity of the product?
Well, they're different ages. Each product has a different age, length of time. So it depends on taste as well, because each one has a very distinctive taste. As you go further up into the Solera Gran Reserva, that's a 10-year aged. So it actually has a stronger taste, and it's a less sweetened taste.
And we're talking about the bottom one, Solera, is going to be priced around $20 a bottle. So you're still looking at something that's fairly high end for the Mexican market. And the other two are significantly more expensive. So it's not something where you're talking $20, $30, and $40. You're talking like $20, $80, and like $250. So it's something where there's a significant, you still have enough of a difference between each product that you can go after a different market. And they aren't going to cannibalize with each other and dilute the overall message of quality.
A second question we had is, how did you calculate your market potential?
Well, what we did, sure, I can explain and then I'll let Andrew go into further detail. But what we did specifically was we looked at who tends to buy liquor. We looked at the age groups, and we know that that tends to be 20 to 30-year-olds. And particularly, one of the biggest problems that we have is anytime that there can be an onset of inflation, we need a demographic that has a large enough income. And right now, according to the Mexican Foreign Institute, they believe that around $35,000 a year is the sufficient income needed. Is there anything you like to add?
No, we had to dig for this information, but like that's the 35,000 was the optimal income level. That they would spend it if it dropped, and they had enough currently to spend it on
So the market potential is based on the income group.
income group. That's correct, and coincidentally, it's also the age group because that age group has that exact income.
Okay, we're going to have to round off here. Okay, thank you very much.